Croatia in with Argentina in Group D. That's an unlucky draw for Messi and company, made worse by Lineker cracking about Maradona being good with his hands as he pulls the team out. Ouch. Mexico thrown in with the Germans in Group F, England in Group G with Belgium, and Colombia in H with Poland. Russia, as planned, is the first team out. It goes in Group A. Portugal is next. The European champion goes in Group B. Germany, the World Cup and Confederations Cup champion, in Group F. Gary Lineker reads out the teams and explains the rules, extending the interminable wait a little longer. Though not today, it's in the 30s and snowing outside the hall. Not the picking of teams, mind you. That'll still be about 20 minutes after Russia's President, Vladimir V. Putin, and FIFA's President, Gianni Infantino, come on stage for speeches. The teams, the coaches, are all our friends, Putin says. Unlike many who consume soccer for fun or for a living, Rory Smith of The Times is a big fan of draws, as he wrote in our weekly newsletter Thursday. Related, you should definitely sign up for our weekly sports newsletter. I love a draw, Rory said. I love the word permutations. I love the sense that anything is possible. I love seeing that blank slate fill up. The seeding this year is based on the FIFA World Rankings. That's controversial, because the rankings are far from universally accepted as the most accurate ordering of teams. Because teams' positions are based on average points per match, teams that play a lot of friendlies are penalized. Several sides, including Poland, seem to have gamed the system by playing fewer friendlies, which help their ranking. So before you ask, that's why Poland, a fine team, but hardly a tournament favorite, is in Pot 1. The draw will take much longer than it needs to take. It always does. FIFA budgets about an hour for a mix of performances, speeches, and, amid much social media grumbling, the draw itself. This will be the first draw in a generation that will not take place under the usually benign, but not always, awkwardness of Sepp Blatter, who served as FIFA's president from 1998 until he was ousted amid a corruption scandal 2 years ago. Germany is the defending champion. No team has repeated as world champion since Brazil in 1958 and 1962. The breakdowns want the big sports news, highlights and analysis from a rotating cast of Times journalists delivered to your inbox once a week. Click here to receive our weekly sports newsletter. The teams will be drawn and placed into first-round groups one pot at a time, all the pot 1 seeds first, then all the teams in pot 2, and so on until the 8 4-team groups are filled. It is a random draw, but there will be adjustments to keep regional rivals apart. Only Europe, which sends the most teams by far, can have 2 in the same group. There has been grumbling about Poland's gaming the FIFA rankings to earn a place in pot 1 alongside the favorites Germany, Brazil, Argentina, and France, but several serious contenders lurk in pot 2. There probably isn't a coach in the field who wants to be dropped in a bracket with Spain or Croatia. Wary of traveling within reach of investigators from the United States Department of Justice, the former FIFA president Sepp Blatter spends his days in his native Switzerland now. But he was invited to the World Cup draw by Russia's President, Vladimir V. Putin, and reportedly will attend. Another rarity to watch for Friday, Pelé and Diego Maradona both will be at the draw, the former as a guest and the latter as one of the 8-ball drawing assistants. Rivals for the title of world's greatest player, they have generally kept their distance over the years. FIFA President Gianni Infantino held a pre-World Cup draw news conference Friday, but the topic of the draw barely came up. Instead, Infantino, appearing with Russia's Deputy Prime Minister, Vitaly Mutko, who leads the country's World Cup organizing committee, spent more than an hour uncomfortably, and at times angrily, fending off questions about Russia's doping scandal. Infantino tried to distance FIFA and the World Cup from the accusations, which could see Russia banned from the Olympics next week, only months before the country hosts the World Cup. Mutko, formerly Russia's sports minister and still the head of Russia's soccer federation, was more combative. Mutko has been implicated in what has been described by whistleblowers and investigators as a massive state-sponsored doping plan, but on Friday he angrily rebutted the accusations and vowed that Russia will take a firm position and will defend its athletes until the bitter end. There is no proof, Mutko said at one point. Infantino also was asked about the ongoing trial in Brooklyn of 3 former soccer officials who were charged in FIFA's own broad corruption scandal in 2015, but said he would not comment on things that are not proven. Witnesses at the trial have testified about payments from Qatar to FIFA officials to win the rights to host the 2022 World Cup.